This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Kevin Hanick, who is on the organizing committee for the Iowa Arts Festival. Kevin, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to
Glad
see
to
you.
be here.
The Arts Festival is coming up the weekend of June
2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
All right, in Iowa City. How many years is this? Do you know off the top of your head?
Somewhere just north of 30, 31 maybe.
Because the
It's been a
30th
while.
was
Yeah.
the big anniversary was a year or two ago.
I lose track.
Yes, yeah, they do kind of blur together. Although the shows don't blur together very much. When I think of some of the artists who have performed
Which
on
ones do you
that
think of?
stage, well, Dr. John is the first one
That was an incredible show.
that comes to mind
Fantastic
for me.
crowd, a beautiful night. Yeah.
Sean Colvin, a couple of years back, she's been a favorite of mine for quite some time.
We've had her more than once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the music in depth here in just a
Okay.
minute. But for those who aren't familiar with the Arts Fest, just give us just a little kind of snapshot of what goes on for those 3 days.
Yeah, it's a great festival. It's downtown Iowa City, and we always think of it as a very family-friendly, family-based festival. We do have a main stage that has national acts. We have side stages. We have Children's Day events. We have Culinary Row. We have, of course, the center of Arts Fest are the artists. We have over 100 artists, regional mostly, national artists, who have their booths set up and sell their works.
And it's a juried festival,
It's a juried
too,
festival.
so you have to apply and be
That's
accepted.
Right. Correct. And so we have a wide range of activities going on. And it's funny, as I drive up here in the rain today, the only thing I think about it, we book all these acts and spend a lot of money, and then we start looking at the weather reports. And I'm happy to say it looks pretty good already at the long term for next weekend. So we've always been lucky with Arts Fest, but we hope that'll hold.
Yes.
One
Well,
more year.
we cross our fingers for a lot of weekends
That's right.
in the summer up and down the corridor because of all the outdoor and the music events. The name of the festival is, of course, the Iowa Arts Festival, but art, as you said, refers not just to visual art, but also to music and other activities as well, even culinary art.
There is, yes.
But there has been a tradition for some years that the Arts Fest brings in some of the biggest national talent that you can find.
Yes, the headliner for Friday night, we have a group called Sunvolt, tremendous kind of country rock group. Jay Farrar, the lead guy, used to be in a group with Jeff Tweedy of Wilco. They had a group called Uncle Tupelo that were kind of famous for years.
Mm-hmm.
They went their separate ways, and Sunvolt just released a new CD called Back Against the Wall. It's gotten great reviews, and Jay Farrar and Sunvolt will be the headliner. Dave Moore, great local regional performer, will open for him, and for them, I should say. And that'll be the opening act goes on at 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock for Sunvolt, and we expect a beautiful night, and we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And then who is I don't think I'm familiar with Elephant Revival, your other major headliner. Tell me about them.
They're a younger group, but they are extremely talented musicians. They sort of play in I would call a newgrass, bluegrass kind of format. They're fiddles and mandolins and guitars, but also a washboard. They've got a six-piece, 2 women, 4 guys. They're big. They're very big. They just came off of a huge show at Red Rocks in Colorado. They're that level show, and they go from there to from Iowa City to Telluride. If there's ever a
so
festival,
they're hitting the big
yeah,
festivals.
if you're a headliner at Telluride, you've kind of made it in that genre. And ironically, we also have returning to Arts Fest the Jeremy Kittel Band, one of the openers on Saturday for Elephant Revival, and they also, since we've put them on the bill, they've been invited to Telluride as well. So we kind of think that's a level of achievement to pick out the ones that qualify for that kind of stage.
Well, you're involved with and kind of direct the music committee for the bringing in the acts for the Arts Festival. You've been doing it for quite a while. When did you first start? Because I think the Arts Fest started off just kind of an Arts Fest, and then I think it was you who got involved and said, "Well, let's start bringing in some cool music."
Yeah, I've been
acts.
booking since the beginning, pretty much. So praise or blame. If you like them, it was me. If you didn't, I think it was somebody. No, we've had a huge array of talent and some huge crowds for the right, like you mentioned, Dr. John was
Yeah, that was
number of years
enormous.
back. That was a huge crowd. Nickel Creek was a huge crowd.
And
Well,
again, you got them, you booked them. By the time they got here, well, kind of like Elephant Revival. By the time they got here, they were huge, but you had booked them just before they hit their peak.
yeah, they put on a great show. I noticed that there's one of the songs they did on the Arts Fest stage is one of the most played songs on YouTube by the old Nickel Creek. Somebody put up a video of that, but that was Richard Thompson, Los Lobos, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. You can go on and on. There's a long list of wonderful performers, and they've been great to work with. I mean, without exception, they're really good people who do great music. So.
Well,
We're lucky.
congratulations again on
Yeah.
a great musical lineup. We've got our fingers crossed for good weather. And you, as you mentioned, over 100 art booths. There's food. There's huge activities for the kids. In fact, Sunday is kind of family day, correct?
Sunday has been kind of family day, and we do. We also have kind of switched now to kind of doing Bluegrass Sunday on the main stage, and so we have a full lineup starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and then on Sunday we start at noon, and we've got great music all day long on Saturday and most of the day on Saturday. But then we also have the Children's Global Village on Sunday down on the Ped Mall, and then there's kind of arts activities for children on Saturday as well all day, and performances, jugglers, clown. I mean, it's a heavy activity day for kids too. So.
It's the Iowa Arts Fest, the weekend of June 2nd in downtown Iowa City. And if you would like to know more, you can see the full schedule and everything. The activities are free, so just head on down and take part. But the Summer of the Arts website is summerofthearts.org.
That's correct. And as you mentioned, family friendly and all is free.
Kevin Hanick from Summer of the Arts, Iowa Arts Festival. Kevin, thanks for coming in today, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for beautiful weather for the fest.
Great. Thanks for supporting Arts Fest and Jazz Fest and all our other downtown festivals.
That's right. We've got a lot of fun stuff going on all summer long.